All right, so this is a pretty big story here. It says Chicago pharmacist indicted on charges of selling fake vaccine cards. So, I did that video, rebutting all the bullshit that Joe Rogan said about vaccine passports and stuff. But through that research that I did, I was able to learn that things like fake vaccine cards are actually go as far back as like the early 1900s, where people would forge the vaccine cards. It was so prevalent, the forging of vaccine cards during the smallpox epidemic was so, so present, and it was so effective that they ended up basically confirming whether or not you were vaccinated by looking for the scab that you would see if you got the vaccination. So this is something that goes pretty, far back. It says a licensed pharmacist in Chicago was arrested for allegedly selling vaccine cards, the U.S. Department of Justice announced Tuesday. According to court documents, Tang-Tang Zhao sold 125 authentic CDC vaccination cards to 11 different buyers for approximately $10 a piece. That's it? $10 a piece? He's facing 12 counts of theft of government property. Wait a second. $10 a piece? You sold 120 for $10. Was that really, was that worth it? We take seriously and will vigorously investigate any criminal offense that contributes to the distrust around vaccines and vaccination status, said Assistant Attorney General Kenneth A. Polite Jr. of the Justice Department's Criminal Division. The Department of Justice and its law enforcement partners are committed to protecting the American people from these offenses during this national emergency. Knowingly selling COVID vaccination cards to unvaccinated individuals puts millions of Americans at risk of serious injury or death. So, it says if he is convicted, Zhao faces 10 years in prison for each count. So this is definitely a serious crime, because you're actually you are not only are you putting other people's lives at risk by selling fake vaccine cards so that people who are unvaccinated can get access to events where vaccinations are required. You're putting those people's lives at risk, but you're also putting society's, entire bedrock at risk because you're spreading the virus, allowing it to mutate. So you are actively, working to destroy society as a whole. So it's really the largest of crimes. This is a serious crime where you should get at least 20 years, easily 20 years for this, because this is a very serious crime. To give fake vaccine cards, fake vaccine cards, you are also contributing to the potential ambiguity and potential lack of trust towards vaccine cards in general, further threatening the ability for people who are vaccinated to actually go back to normal life. If again, in the 1920s during smallpox epidemic, there was an epidemic of fake vaccine cards, so much so they started to look at scabs to see whether or not you really got the vaccine or not. So if that becomes prevalent enough, now it puts in danger events and activities that vaccinated people who have done the responsible thing by getting vaccinated could attend. So this is a very serious crime, at least 20 years, if not more. This is a very serious crime, and hopefully this person is brought to account properly.